Hello, I'm Dan Rust. I'm here to talk to you today about digital citizenship. I wanted to talk about this because I believe it's a topic that's of great importance to teachers in the 21st century. Students these days are in front of their screens more and more, not just in the classroom, but outside of the classroom. And as you can see, the 21st century classroom is a room that is full of technology, from what the teacher is doing on the digital boards to the laptops and tablets that many of the students are using. The Council of Europe has released a training guide, an educational guide related to digital citizenship, showing some of the research that has been done on the topic and really pushing for the acceptance and the adoption of digital citizenship education within our schools and communities. You can see here from the U.S. Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights, digital citizenship teaches individuals how to engage and participate in responsible ways of using technology in order to protect themselves from internet dangers and to respect each other's human rights. This is just one small aspect of the importance of digital citizenship. As a result of its importance and how I feel that it needs to be integrated into our classes and courses, I've decided to take a look at a couple of different training systems that have been developed for students to learn digital citizenship. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of those. So the two courses that we're planning to look at today are Google's Internet Awesome and Common Sense Education's Digital Compass. Both of these are designed for students year 4 to year 6 range. However, both of them do provide materials like lesson plans that cover an entire range of classes and student levels. So I wanted to look first at Google's Internet is Awesome. You can see here it is a very highly gamified system. It is built around a character who goes into different levels, and each of the levels is focused on one of the digital citizenship concepts that the students need to learn about, and they have a little character that they're going to control through these processes. It's colorful, it's interactive, the students really enjoy this process. The other great thing about this process is you can see there is a certification system that has been developed. Each level that the student completes is going to get them a certificate that they can download or email to themselves. You can see here that I started with getting my KIND certification, and then once you've completed all of the different levels, then you'll be able to get one that says Internet Awesome. You are awesome. This is a certificate that indicates that you have made it through the entire course. So it is interactive and fun, and it does have something that you can use as kind of an incentive, something to show off that you are certified in this process. I think that there are some things that I didn't particularly care for. One is it kind of over focuses on the game aspect. You can kind of see here some of the gameplay here. I'm playing through the KIND level, and you see the character is going around and giving a thumbs up or giving a heart to the different characters to kind of cheer them up. But overall, there's really no content. There's no thinking about the concept itself other than just trying to gain a few points by cheering up these characters. Overall, it's a very shallow introduction to that particular concept, and I didn't come away feeling like I had really learned much. I felt like I had gotten a high score and completed the concept. That kind of leads into it doesn't have much depth of content. So I don't feel that the students are really gaining a lot of knowledge in the application or in the real world aspects related to this. There's a couple of levels that do it a little bit better by asking you multiple choice questions in order to choose the right path. But overall, I think that it's very reliant on the teachers of providing very strong lessons, and these games kind of are just going to focus on a fun way to continue the topic rather than actually helping to teach it. You can also see here the core resources that are provided through this from Google. You can see the download page here for some of the resources, including a poster and including some of the lesson plans. These are downloads of digital PDFs that you're supposed to either use digitally or print off. The organization is not really great. I would expect an online tech company like Google to have a more well-designed system for providing context and providing some of those resources that the teachers are going to be dependent upon to bring these topics to life. So I really think that there's some need for Google to kind of go back here. We'll see in another system later that it is much more organized and user-friendly. So I was kind of disappointed in that. However, overall, I think that the process is fun and engaging for students, and especially for the younger students. It gives them something to talk about, something to compete about, trying to get high scores, and they can go through and kind of reinforce some of the topics. So that's Google for you. So next I wanted to talk about Digital Compass. This is the program that is from Common Sense. I really like this one in particular. It is very character and story driven concept. So it kind of gives you an opportunity to take real life situations and put into practice the different concepts of digital citizenship in a variety of ways. You can see here the introduction. You've got 8 different characters who are going to take you through journeys, and they're going to have different situations at school in which they're going to have to deal with these consequences or the rewards of being a good digital citizen. I really like, there's a really lot of good depth and story. As I said, you have 8 characters. Each of them has a different focus. You're going to go through a choice tree for each of the characters. So as they tell the story, you're going to be presented with a choice in which you're going to have to choose one or the other. And each choice is going to lead you down a particular path. Additionally, each of the characters has an associated mini game that you can also play, which will allow you to test some of the knowledge that comes from that particular concept. Another pro is replayability. You can go through this process. You can see here that each of the characters has a character tree, a choice tree, and it will plot the choices that you've made already. It'll show you which ones you've made, and then you'll be able to see where you need to go. So it'll give you a chance to try out 5 or 6 or 7 different storylines based on a variety of choices that you can make. It's going to also provide you here, you can see the progress tracking. It'll tell you how much of the story that you've completed, and as you go through this process, you will also be able to see that you have some badges that you can earn for each of the different levels. There are 3 badges related to the mini game, and then you have 3 badges related to the story. One of the cons that I found for this is that the story itself is a little long and repetitive. There's so many choices. According to Common Sense, you can see here that each of the 8 storylines is supposed to take about 45 minutes. So you're dealing with at least 6 hours. So it's a long process to get through, and in order to get to the different endings, you have to go back through the same choices again. So that can take extra time and kind of get a little boring, I guess, after several attempts. However, it is a really great system, I think, in general, for reinforcing the concepts. From the perspective of teachers, I really like the fact that This system offers a complete training process. There's an hour-long complete training that you can get through. And if you complete the certificate and you send the email off, then you can apply to get a certificate of completion, which will allow you additionally to have a badge for your CV or your LinkedIn account, and it will qualify in some areas for an hour of continuing education. It also has a great resource library. You can see it's really well organized. You can go through the choices and see different grade levels and see different lesson plans for each of the different topics that you want to learn. One lesson plan for each topic for each grade level. Additionally, you can see that they have materials for family engagement where you can send those off, and they have them in multiple languages, which is really fantastic. Overall, I really thought that this was a really well-designed, complete package for not only teachers but students that will really help to reinforce this topic. It is content focused, it's interactive for the students, and it really kind of brings out some of the best of the training that's available. As a teacher, I say these things can be applied in a variety of ways. You can do this as standalone content. Say, for example, a library media specialist could provide this as part of an ongoing lesson. You can also provide it. My school has, for example, morality classes for the students on a weekly basis, and we include some digital citizenship content in those courses. My school also has an academic research class that I do as an elective. And I want to make sure that I put in digital literacy and such from this particular course. So I make sure that I cover some of that content. There's a variety of ways to bring it about. And there are other tools, not just these two, that provide a lot of different content. There's more and more research out there, and there's more and more people saying that we need a more holistic education process, and as a result, we want to make sure that we're preparing those students not just in the class with their maths and sciences, but also to navigate this modern digital world. So thank you for listening to the content today. I hope you've learned a little bit of something about the two different courses and about the importance of digital citizenship.